blue roof, blue walls, and a lean-to that changes everything. This 30x50 tubular build in Corsicana is packed with details you don't see every day. The journey here was not easy, but the result speaks for themselves. Let's go check it out. Welcome back, Peck. Ed here, taking you on a journey on how this 30x50 tubular build in Corsicana came to life. From the challenges we faced to the weather delays that try to slow us down, nothing kept us from turning our client's vision into reality. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. Long story short, our client needed a space to escape the city, a backup shot where he could work, store equipment, and have the extra breathing room. And if you're watching thinking you might be in the same boat, this build might just be the inspiration you need to make the call to WolfSteel. The journey began back in late January when a close friend recommended our YouTube channel to our client. After watching a few of our videos, he was hooked on what we do here at WolfSteel. From there, he connected with our Genesis set from our Alpha Wolves team, and that's when the design phase kicked off. Look, every WolfSteel project is unique in its own way, whether it's special features, custom details, or colors that bring it to life. For this project, the color choice is what really makes it pop. Client wanted his new building to match the look of his home, and as you can see from the B-roll, we sure nailed it. That's the beauty of our online designer. During the design phase, you can start visualizing your project in real time, right down to the trim, roof, and panel colors. And with our 3D View Your Space option, you can literally pull it up on your phone and see how the building will look in your own backyard before the single piece of steel arrives. Another big choice, enclosing a section of the lean-to. That's something we're starting to see more often, clients maximizing their space for both function and style. In this case, it gave the client even more storage without sacrificing the open look and feel of the lean-to. The planning phase wrapped up after about a month, and it was finally time to get boots on the ground. But if you've been following our recent projects, you already know what's going to happen next. Texas weather. And not just a little sprinkle. March and April brought rain that turned this site into a mud pit. Before we could even think about bringing in equipment in, the ground was completely inaccessible. Once the skies cleared up, we were able to kick things off. But this site wasn't going to make it easy. The pad was nearly 14 inches off level and took around 7 full truckloads of dirt to even it out. Just when we meant to start building, guess who showed up again? Yep, Mother Nature, destroying us with more rain and forcing us to hit the pause until early April. When things finally dried out again, we got to work digging the footings. And here's where WolfSteel standards really stand apart. This wasn't just a simple scrape and pour. The soil here was loaded with clay, which isn't stable for the long haul. That's why we dug those footings a full 24 inches down, cutting past the soft stuff until we hit hard, untouched soil, the kind that's been there for decades. That's the ground you can trust, and that's what every WolfSteel foundation is built on. Once the site was finished and finally dry enough, it was time to move into the foundation. The slab for this project measured 30x50, poured at 4 inches thick and rated at 3500 psi, reinforced with those 24-inch footings on the perimeter and internally, plus a vapor barrier and control joints to fight off future cracks. The client also had a special request: 2 custom 4x4 concrete squares, 12 inches deep, designed specifically to anchor his future car lifts or heavy machinery, alongside the notches around the building. That's the kind of customization we can build right into the concrete. From there, the lean-to was tied in with its own 20x50 slab, built to the same standard and strength. Once the curing time was complete, the real transformation began.
A new project can be tedious. Finding the correct contractor for your concrete, building, insulation, etc. It's a lot. We know. We've seen it from various customers, which is why we've combined everything in one place just for you. We handle everything for you to make sure you have your building your way. We do tubular and red iron metal buildings, bolt-ups to weld-ups, concrete, site preparation, demolition work, polished concrete, polyura, or concrete coatings, permitting assistance to make sure you are clear with the city and HOA, various insulation options like spray foam, fiberglass, and solar reflective insulation, gutter system, custom accessories to stand out against your neighbors, custom overhead and roll-up doors, cedar posts or encasements, various service door options or windows to match your aesthetics, mezzanines or balconies available, or bolt-ups to give you that additional vertical space. Electrical is in the beta and available close to our office here in Fort Worth, Texas. Limited landscaping options and masonry to match finance your home or get that HOA approval. Everything you need in one place. Whether you're a business owner needing warehouse space, or a car enthusiast needing a garage, or just anyone looking for a strong custom metal building, we've got you covered. Our clients choose not because we're the cheapest, but because of what we stand for. Keep in mind, we do not service outside of our service areas. We do not provide just materials or just metal building kits. We don't just do concrete or spray foam. We do full turnkey Texas metal building projects. If you fall within our service area, contact us today. If not, I hope our channel can help you with your metal building project.
Standing at 12 feet high, this 30x50 tubular building is built from 12-gauge galvanized steel with a 3-toe roof pitch. The bold royal blue roof, walls, and base trim are accented with rawhide trim, gutters, and downspouts, striking colors that really pop. The client even upgraded to vertical walls, a smart move for both durability and looks. And then there's the lean-to, 10 feet wide and running the full 50-foot length of the building. The client enclosed a 10x10 section for storage and added 4 8x9 header frame mounts. Now here's why that's important. On our tubular lean-tos, you typically have a base rail at the bottom of the frame mount, and while it's part of the structure, it can also be a tripping hazard. By choosing header frame mounts, the client agreed with not going with the base rail and going with the header frame mount, leaving it clean, open entry. The header itself is a structural component designed to carry the load off the roof above an opening. When columns are removed for a door or window, the header transfers that load across the sidewalls to keep the building strong and stable. Keep in mind, headers are used in front for wind if required and above all openings for doors, even on the end walls. But they do come at an additional cost due to additional material and labor. But as you can see here, the payoff is both function and safety. As you can see from the B-roll, this space has already been put to work. The client's been outfitting it with equipment, creating the perfect setup to run his business away from the city without missing a beat. With the structure standing, it was time for the finishing touches, starting with the doors and windows. For the main building, the client went with a 16x10 insulated overhead door in a short carriage style, finished in white. Alongside that, a 36x84 walk-in steel door, a larger 48x84 steel door for extra access, and a 36x36 double pane window for natural light. Walk-in steel doors are one of the most underrated features of a metal building. They're secure, durable, and weather resistant, giving you quick access without the hassle of rolling up a big garage door every time you step inside. They're also insulated and can serve for great security. Once those were set, we move into the insulation. The client opted for 1-inch closed-cell spray foam on the roof and walls of the main building. And here's something we always emphasize at WolfSteel. If you're doing spray foam, foam gap enclosures are a must. Foam gap enclosures fill the gaps between the corrugated metal panels. They stop light from shining through, seal crevices, and prevent spray foam from oozing out where it shouldn't. Skip them and you're asking for trouble. We've seen cases where spray foam was applied without foam gap enclosures and it caused major issues. Foam oozing out of seams, hardening like stone, and leaving behind a mess that was almost impossible to fix. That's exactly why here at WolfSteel we made foam gap enclosures a required part of the process. They give the spray foam a clean, sealed edge, prevent seepage, and protect the integrity of your building from day one. Again, this is why every spray foam project we do includes foam gap enclosures. It's about protecting your investment and ensuring a clean, professional finish lasts. Now, once the doors and spray foam were complete, the next step was gutters and downspouts. And while we can't control the weather, that's one thing for sure. Rain, snow, or even a hurricane. Those obstacles may slow us down, but they'll never stop us from delivering a building this clean. This 30x50 tubular metal building with a full lean-to is more than just a shop in Corsicana. It's a retreat, a workspace, and a storage solution all rolled into one. The royal blue walls and roof, rawhide trim, vertical upgrades, spray foam insulation, and those custom concrete lift pads all came together to create a setup that's as strong as it is sharp. The final investment for this project came out to $74,010.20, covering the building, lean-to, concrete insulation, doors and windows, the gutters, the downspouts, labor, delivery and tax, and every detail that brought this build across the finish line. Keep in mind, this price is only valid for 5 days after the posting of this video. It may vary depending on your location. Now, if you're wondering, how could you still save on a building like this? Well, here's an option. Swapping vertical siding for horizontal, going with the mobile home doors instead of the steel walk-in doors, and keeping the overhead door but without the insulation. Also, still including that 1-inch spray foam, and you'd be looking at $67,730.40. That's more than $6,000 in savings. That's money you can put toward finishing out the interior, adding equipment, or even starting your next project. Again, that's the beauty of WolfSteel. We're always willing to work with your budget and making sure your building fits both your needs and your vision. What started as a vision for a simple shop turned into a personalized space built to last. That's the kind of transformation we love delivering here at WolfSteel, where buildings aren't just built, They're designed around how you live and work. This Corsicana build had its fair share of challenges, but the payoff speaks for itself. Another win for the pack. Let us know in the comments what kind of project you'd like to see next, because we got plenty of more stories in the works. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming. Till next time, Pack.
What's up, Pack? Remember to stay up to date with everything that we're up to by checking out our social media. You can find us at WolfSteel Buildings for behind the scenes action. We share our latest projects, update on what the team is working on, and all the exciting progress happening in real time. Don't miss out on the action, and remember to give us a follow.